Hello, dear students. How are you doing? And welcome back to the new lesson. Today we will learn about how water interacts with other matter. Look at this picture. We have water and we have sugar. And both of them are matters. As you know, water is liquid and sugar is solid. When you put sugar into the water and when you stir the water, sugar particles mix to the water particles. So a mixture is formed and it's called solution. What's solution? Solution is a mixture in which the particles of different kinds of matter are mixed evenly with each other. Is a mixture in which the particles of different kinds of matter are mixed evenly with each other. The way to show the sugar is still there is by tasting the solution and it tastes sweet, or let the water evaporate and the sugar will be left at the bottom of the glass. In this reaction, sugar dissolved. Dissolve is when one material forms a solution with another material. When one material forms a solution with another material, it's called dissolves. Here you can see a lump of sugar dissolves in water. As sugar dissolves, its particles pulled away from each other. You can see the sugar particles pulled away from each other by the water particles. And sugar particles spread to all parts. Here you can see sugar particles are spreading to all parts of the solution very quickly. You cannot see sugar particles anymore because particles are too small and spread out. Okay, and we have two types of solid. Solids that dissolve in the water and solids that don't dissolve in the water. And sand is an example of solids that doesn't dissolve in the water. It has zero solubility, and solubility is a measure of the amount of material that will dissolve in another material. A measure of the amount of material that will dissolve in another material. And this table, you can see this table show types of matter and their solubility. You can see that the solubility of sugar, 105 grams of sugar can dissolve in 100 milliliters of water. And you can see that sand has zero solubility. Now we have floating and sinking. Floating is the ability of an object to stay at the surface of the water. But sinking is the opposite of floating. Sinking is the ability of an object to stay on the at the bottom of the water. What's buoyancy? Buoyancy is the ability of matter to float in a liquid or gas. The ability of matter to float in a liquid or gas. When objects are denser than the water, they will sink. But if an object has less density than the water, it floats to the surface of the water. Also, gases and liquids can float or sink. Olive oil will float, but honey sinks when you pour it into a glass of the water. And also, when you blow through a drinking straw into the water, air bubbles pushed up to the surface of the water. And here you can see some objects such as can. Here you see can, cup, and sponge and pumice. Pumice is a type of rock and it has a lot of air in it. And you can see all of these objects are staying at the surface of the water. They are floating. And these objects, such as you can see, this metal, and there's a rock, and also here's a cup. They are sinking in the water because they are denser than the water. They have more density than the water. Thank you for listening.